Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something powerful today. Beauty is cheap, but character time is expensive. This one line right here will change the way you see the world, and more importantly, the way you see yourself. Now, let me break it down for you step by step so we can all get the message. Let me tell you something that's going to stick with you for the rest of your life, what's on the outside. That's only temporary, baby. You can have the most flawless face, the finest clothes, the best hair, but all of that. It's just like a car with a shiny coat of paint, one scratch, one ding, and it's no longer that brand new thing you thought it was. Time will do what it does, and eventually, no matter how much makeup you put on, no matter how many creams and lotions you use, the outside will change. But here's the truth, what's inside, what you stand for, your principles, your heart. That's what endures. See, while beauty may be something that fades with age, your character only gets better the longer you work on it. It gets stronger. It matures. It's like a fine wine, it deepens with time. Now, don't get me wrong, looking good is nice. It feels good to turn heads when you walk into a room. But when the lights go down and the cameras are off, when the audience leaves and the applause fades, what do you have left? What is it that people really remember about you? Is it the way you look or the way you made them feel? Is it the kindness you showed when nobody was watching? Is it the integrity you displayed when you had every reason to cut corners? Because that's the real deal. That's what sticks. That's what people talk about. Not the outer layer, but the inner strength, the way you carried yourself through challenges. The way you kept your word, the way you treated people when you didn't need to. That, my friend, is what people remember when the beauty fades. So you got to ask yourself, what are you building? Are you putting all your time into a look that's going to change? Or are you investing in something deeper, something that's going to last? Because character, it doesn't wrinkle. It doesn't fade. It doesn't lose its shine. You build it day by day, choice by choice. And before you know it, that character is all that matters. And the best part, it stays with you forever, long after the beauty's gone. When you work on your character, you're creating something timeless. You're building a legacy. You're building something that can't be taken away from you. And that's real wealth. That's real power. Listen up, people. We live in a world where everybody's chasing after the latest trends, the hottest outfits, the sharpest look. We're all out here trying to impress with our outside, thinking that's what matters most. But let me tell you something. And I need you to hear me loud and clear. If all you're investing in is how you look, you're missing the point. That's just surface level stuff. The real investment is about what's going on inside. It's about who you are, what you're capable of, and how you're growing as a person. What good is it if you've got the freshest shoes and the cleanest cut, but you're empty inside? You can have all the looks in the world, but if you haven't put any time into developing your mind, your skills, your heart, you're just a shell. A pretty shell, yes, but still just a shell. We've all seen it. People who look the part. But when you start talking to them, when you start listening to them, you realize they've got nothing to offer but a pretty face and some shiny clothes. But the person who spent time reading, learning, growing, investing in themselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that person, they walk into the room and demand respect, not because they've got the best outfit on, but because they've got the best attitude, the best mindset, and the best heart. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with wanting to look good. Heck, I get it. I like to dress sharp too. But you've got to remember, what's going to get you ahead in life isn't just the outside package, it's what's inside. It's the work you put in when no one's watching. It's how you keep improving yourself, pushing yourself, learning new things, mastering new skills. When you invest in your growth, when you pour into yourself intellectually and emotionally, you start building something that can never be taken away from you. Think about it. You can lose your money, you can lose your house, you can lose your job. But if you've invested in yourself, if you've worked on your personal development, if you've built your character, if you've strengthened your knowledge and skills, no one can take that from you. And that, my friend, is where the real power lies. So I'm here to tell you, don't just invest in the outside. Invest in your mind, invest in your spirit, invest in your potential. You're worth the time. You're worth the effort. And when you do that, everything else will follow. The right opportunities will come. The right people will notice. And the best version of yourself will show up. Invest in yourself and watch how your life changes. Let me tell you something, folks. There's no shortcut to greatness. You can't take a pill or snap your fingers and suddenly be the person you dream of being. You can't just wish for success or a strong character and expect it to show up at your door tomorrow. It doesn't work that way. Building character, real character, takes time, effort, and dedication. It's something that you work on every single day, step by step, challenge by challenge. We live in a world that wants everything fast. We want things to happen yesterday. We want instant success, instant rewards, instant satisfaction. And look, I get it. It's easy to fall into that trap. But let me tell you, if you're looking for a quick fix or an easy way out, you're never going to find it when it comes to developing real character. The kind of character that earns respect, builds trust, and gets you where you want to go in life. That takes time. It's like planting a tree. You don't just throw a seed in the ground and hope it'll grow into something mighty overnight. It takes nurturing, patience, and persistence. You want to be the person who stands firm in their beliefs, who does what's right even when it's tough, who holds their head high in the face of adversity. Well, that's not going to happen in a day or a week. It happens over time through the little things. It happens when you keep showing up even when you don't feel like it. It happens when you make the right decisions, even when it's hard, even when no one's looking. It's all about putting in the work when no one's around to cheer you on. And trust me, the work you put in today will pay off tomorrow. See, we live in a world of instant everything. We want fast food, fast internet, fast entertainment. And yeah, sometimes it's nice to have things quick, but when it comes to your integrity, your resilience, your work ethic, that's built over time. That's earned, not bought. And here's the thing, if you try to skip the process, if you try to take shortcuts, you're robbing yourself of the very thing that's going to make you strong. You see, when you build character slowly, steadily, brick by brick, you're creating a foundation that no storm can knock down. But when you try to take the easy route, when you try to get to the end without doing the work, you're building on sand. And when the first strong wind blows, you'll find yourself crumbling. So you got to be willing to embrace the long road. You got to understand that true greatness comes not from shortcuts, but from consistent, everyday action. From showing up when you're tired. From doing what's right when no one's watching. From taking the harder path, knowing that in the end, it's the only one that will make you who you're meant to be. It's going to take time. And yeah, there's going to be days where it feels like nothing's changing, but trust me when I say it is. It's building. It's getting stronger. And when you look back, you'll see that every single moment, every single choice, every single step you took has led you to something more powerful, more lasting, more worthwhile. So don't rush the process. Don't try to cheat the game. Character is built over time, and it's time well spent. Now, let me drop some real talk on you. You've seen it. I've seen it. We all have. People who put on this perfect facade. They walk into a room looking sharp, all smiles, got everything put together on the surface. But there's something about them, something that doesn't quite feel right. It's like they're wearing a mask, hiding who they really are, pretending to be something they're not. And let me tell you, the truth has a way of sneaking through the cracks. People see through fake beauty quicker than you think. You can wear the finest clothes, have the freshest style, the latest tech gadgets, and you might even impress a few people at first. But the real ones, the people who've been around, who've lived life, they know when something isn't authentic. They can tell when your smile is just for show, when your kindness is fake, when you're only nice because you're trying to get something in return. That's not the type of beauty that matters. That's not the kind of thing that's going to make you last. You see, the world today is obsessed with image, obsessed with perfection. Social media is full of people curating this picture-perfect life. But when you dig a little deeper, when you look beyond the filters and the poses, you find out that it's all smoke and mirrors. And let me tell you, the people who are truly worth your time, the ones who are going to invest in you and support you, aren't fooled by all that. They want the real thing. They want honesty, authenticity, and they want to know that who you are behind closed doors matches the image you put out there. And here's the thing, fake beauty might get you some attention. It might even win you some temporary accolades, but it's shallow. It's fragile. You can only keep up that act for so long before the cracks start showing, before people start to see that you're not the real deal. It's like a movie set. It looks beautiful from the outside, but take a look behind the scenes and it's all just cardboard and paint. It's not sustainable. And eventually people get tired of it. They want something real. They want someone who's been through the fire, someone who's learned lessons, someone who has the substance to back up the surface. So let me tell you this, don't waste your energy trying to look perfect all the time. Don't spend your life worrying about how you're perceived on the outside, because it's not the outer appearance that leaves a mark. It's the heart. It's the way you treat people, the way you show up when it counts, the way you keep it real, even when it's hard. That's the kind of beauty that sticks. That's the kind of beauty that people remember. That's the kind of beauty that leaves a legacy. When you show up as your authentic self, flaws and all, you attract the right people, the ones who see past all the superficial stuff and recognize what's truly valuable. And that's the beauty that can't be faked, the beauty that only gets better with time. So stop worrying about looking perfect for others. Start focusing on being real, on being you. Because when you do that, the right people will see it and they won't be able to resist. Real beauty, that's the kind that lasts forever. Let me tell you something. Folks, time will always tell the truth. Time is the real test of who you are, of what you're made of. See, when things are going great, when life is easy, it's easy to show up and be your best self. Everybody can be their best when everything is smooth sailing. But that's not where the real test comes in. The real test comes when the storm hits, when life throws you a curveball, when everything you've worked for is on the line. That's when time shows you who you really are. Anybody can talk a good game. Anybody can look like they've got it together when things are good. But when the pressure is on, when you're under fire, that's when your true colors come out. And here's the thing, you won't always pass those tests with flying colors at first. Sometimes you got to go through the fire to learn how to stand tall. Sometimes you got to face failure to realize what you're really capable of. But the beautiful part is that with each trial, with each challenge, you grow. You get stronger. You find out what you're made of, and you build a character that can't be shaken. Time doesn't just test you in the big moments. It tests you in the small ones too. How do you treat people when no one's watching? How do you handle yourself when you don't get the recognition? How do you act when you don't have anything to gain? Because that's when your character is really being tested, the way you show up when it doesn't benefit you, the way you stand by your values when it's inconvenient. It's easy to talk about being honest when everyone's praising you. It's easy to talk about integrity when it's not costing you anything. But when the pressure's on, when the world is pushing against you, that's when you find out who's truly got it. Time is what reveals whether you're the real deal or just someone putting on a show. And the truth is, the people who are genuine, the ones who don't fold when things get tough, the ones who stay true to their values no matter what, those are the ones who make it. Those are the ones who earn real respect. Now, I know life isn't always going to be fair. You're going to face struggles, challenges, heartbreaks, setbacks. But each one of those moments, each one of those difficult times is an opportunity to build your character, to show what you're really made of. And it doesn't happen overnight. You don't just wake up one day and have the kind of character that stands the test of time. It takes years. It takes making the right decisions when no one's paying attention. It takes doing the right thing when no one expects it of you. And that's the power of time. It doesn't lie. It strips away the things that are fake, and it reveals what's true. It shows you who you really are and who's really with you. It builds you into a person who can stand tall no matter what the world throws at you. So don't be afraid of the challenges. Don't run from the tough times. Embrace them, the ones that will test you, refine you, and ultimately turn you into music that we were always meant to be. The real test of character isn't in the easy moments, it's in how you rise when life knocks you down. It's about what you do when you think no one's watching and how you stand up when everyone's watching. And trust me, that's what will define you in the end. Time will show who you truly are. And if you stick with it, if you keep doing the right thing, your character will shine brighter than anything else. Time is the ultimate measure, and it will always reveal the truth. Let me tell you something powerful, my friends. There's a lot of focus on how we look on the outside, on what we can present to the world. We spend time and money trying to create this image, trying to be the most attractive, the most desirable. And don't get me wrong, I understand it. Who doesn't like to feel good when they look good? But here's the truth: beauty might get you noticed, but it's your character that opens the doors. Think about it for a second. You can have the best clothes, the most charming smile, and be the one everyone looks at when you walk into a room. But all of that is fleeting. You can only ride on looks for so long. When people get to know you, when they see what you're made of, it's your true self, your character, that will determine whether you keep those doors open or if they close on you just as fast as they open. It's easy to be taken in by someone who looks good on the surface. We've all been there seeing someone who's attractive, someone who catches our eye right away. But looks can only take you so far. What happens when that person opens their mouth? What happens when they speak? What happens when they have to step up and perform when it counts? That's when the real test comes, and that's when your character takes over. The way you handle yourself in tough situations, the way you treat others, the way you keep your word, your integrity, that is what makes people trust you, respect you, and ultimately give you the opportunities that will change your life. A beautiful face may get you invited to the party, but it's your character that will get you the seat at the table. It's your actions, your values, and your ability to connect with people on a deeper level that will get you the job, the partnership, the opportunities that truly matter. The right people will want to work with you, not just because of what you look like, but because of who you are. And let me tell you, those opportunities, they'll last far longer than a pretty face can. Because while beauty fades, character doesn't. Your reputation, the way you handle yourself, the way you make people feel, that's the stuff that people will remember long after the makeup's off and the makeup's off and the hair is down. And it's not just about business. It's about life. It's about relationships, friendships, and the connections you build. People want to be around you when they know they can count on you. They want to know that you're someone who's going to show up, who's going to keep their word, who's going to be there when things get tough. That's what makes people gravitate towards you. It's not about how you look, it's about how you make them feel. How you listen, how you support them, how you make them better just by being in their life. All right, folks, here's what it comes down to. Beauty might catch your eye, but character captures a heart. You see, we live in a world where we are often told to chase after the perfect look, the perfect image, the perfect life. But let me tell you, that's not where true power lies. True power, true success, and real fulfillment come from what's inside. It comes from the choices you make, the values you live by, and the way you treat others. In the end, it's your character that's going to carry you through life's challenges. It's your character that's going to open the doors that beauty can't when things get tough, when the spotlight moves on, and when life doesn't go according to plan. It's your character that will keep you grounded. It's your character that will give you the strength to rise above and keep pushing forward. And it's your character that will leave a lasting impact long after your looks have changed or your status has shifted. So invest in yourself, not just in how you look, but in who you are becoming. Build your character with time, effort, and consistency. Because when you have the kind of character that others can trust, respect, and rely on, you're unstoppable. You don't need to worry about chasing after fleeting beauty when you know you've built something that will last forever. Remember this, time will reveal who you really are. Beauty may be seen by the eye, but character is felt by the soul. It's time to focus on what truly matters, and that's the person you are on the inside. Keep building that, keep nurturing that, and watch how life begins to open up for you in ways you never imagined. Be the person whose character shines brighter than anything else. That, my friend, is the kind of beauty that lasts a lifetime. Thank you. Så enkelt är det,